you know when you have a song that's you find the song by the lyrics.
Yeah.
Okay, so I I didn't know there was a Maroon 5 song. Oh, I remember this song. It played on the radio. I thought to myself, oh, I remember this song. So I typed in Maroon 5, "So This Is Goodbye." Do you know why I typed that in? Because the lyrics, they say "So This Is Goodbye" several times, probably 10 times in the whole song.
Right.
It's in the chorus. So this is goodbye. So I type it in and I can't find it anywhere. And meanwhile, they're going, "Did you mean?" I can't even remember the name. It's like makes me wonder. The song's called "Makes Me Wonder." He probably says "Makes Me Wonder" once, twice, but it's the name of the song. It's just so annoying. How am I supposed to find it?
Yeah, that is.
It should be called "Makes Me Wonder" parentheses. So this is goodbye in parentheses.
The final day. It's the final trial.
So this is goodbye.
Here we go. Oh my gosh, we got 2 sets of trials. This is the defendant lobby, alright? But there's no defendant. Oh my gosh. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if...
Something's been happening behind the scenes. Who could this be?
Hello.
It is me.
Yeah. Edgeworth.
Knowing you've already figured it out. Who's the 7 stars?
Wow, you cut out entirely for that, but yeah, I know what you mean.
No, I didn't cut out. I deliberately omitted half the 7s.
Yeah, of course.
I can't be bothered to say it.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. I just said 7 card.
Well,
no, I didn't cut out. I swear.
Well, Discord went, so I think you did.
Yeah.
well,
yeah, Discord was like, I ain't reading that shit.
Well, I
have a pretty strong hunch.
That's me. A pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out.
You know, the reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding the ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything.
True. Not yet.
In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, Wright, and Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty.
But she didn't do it!
I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say.
This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her.
The truth?
Everything goes back to the SL9 incident.
Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past.
That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened.
I'll think about it.
You have me intrigued. I will delay the case, that's true.
See you in court, Wright.
What is that thing? What is that thing in the background? I thought it was a golf club for a second, because the text box was obscuring it.
Oh, that's... Okay, so... That's... I think it's a cigarette thing.
Oh, yes.
Because... You get a lot of them in Japan because... People still smoke cigarettes in Japan.
Yeah.
But obviously the country's known for hygiene, so they don't like dog ends. So you might see those frequently. It might not be that at all.
No, it does look like that. Yeah. Well, just without seeing like the bottom, I was like, it can't be a golf club. It looks like one. But yeah, this is it. If I'm ever gonna find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now.
Why are they called dog ends?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
cigarette. Some people call them cigarette butts. You know,
yes.
Cigarette butts.
Yes, they sure do. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye, who apparently dropped a cigarette butt in the lobby, and we're arresting her for that. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Oh. Chief Gant? He faded in, oh my god! He's a wizard.
Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Artie, been back to the pool yet?
No, I have been drowning enough as it is in my work.
Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me to see if I could speak directly to the court.
She wants to do what?
Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble.
Okay. Interesting.
What's this all about, defendant?
I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished.
Well then, what's your request?
Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial.
Huh?
I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot on the prosecutor's office.
No, Lana! Well, thank you for watching, everyone. It's been a good finale.
Lana, what are we going to do for 4 hours?
Yeah. You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea.
In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services.
Lana,
Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please.
Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening. It appears the time for verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Yeah.
One moment, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Prosecution yet proven beyond reasonable. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you. But why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal? Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness.
Oh? To whom?
As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony.
Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue.
I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. The exposure of truth sometimes sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it.
Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant?
Worthy, you will live to regret this. Mark my words. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand.
Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Emma Skye.
You cut out entirely for that, but cool. It's fine.
Oh, did I cut out entirely? I was double checking.
Well,
my name's
during
Emma
that line
Skye,
you did.
and I'm
It's
disconnecting.
fine. It's fine.
My disconnection, my occupation. I mean, I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodwin. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant?
Yes, it most certainly is.
Well, okay then. You sure gave in fast.
Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago.
The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. Okay. Here we go.
I've missed this, yeah. I was waiting for my sister's office that day. I was waiting for my sister's office that day, okay? A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest.
It's a good thing you weren't harmed.
I passed out. I don't remember much.
That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder?
That will soon become apparent, Your Honor.
You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Okay. So. Emma, I know these are deeply traumatic experiences, but I'm going to have to press you to tell me more! Hold it! Remember, in excruciating detail, how you nearly died! 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct?
I'm scared! She was second in command of the deputy chief of police Gant. My sister. She was the best detective ever.
Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair.
I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk.
Play the Wii. Loved it.
Yeah. Dream about playing that organ.
I mean, it was right there. You could have.
I wanted to play it that day, too. The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day. Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work.
Okay. A man?
Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of the ceremony. were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest.
When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right?
Upon filling the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky and Gant's office.
Are there not stairs? Aren't buildings legally required to have both elevator and stairs? Like, if the elevator's down and there's a fire, you
I think if he was... I mean, yeah, also, well, he was in a panic, so...
Yeah, but I think either way, you'd be like, okay, take the stairs. There's a way out. Like, as opposed to a door, a room that's not going to have a way out. Like, the stairs would be right next to the elevator.
I have been in a couple hotels where there are stairs, but there is not a where I'm out.
Sorry,
I'm cutting out like a bitch.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
sure did. Sorry.
Yeah, I was saying how some hotels it's not obvious where the stairs. They have stairs, but it's not obvious where the stairs are.
Oh,
whereas
okay.
the lifts are front and center. In my experience.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like you actually have to go and look for the stairs.
Mm.
There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I went up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him.
Okay. What was the prosecutor doing there?
That day, there were two people presented during Drake's questioning. Dark's questioning. I read that as Drake. Sorry. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
I almost forgot about Gant.
Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony.
I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark.
When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead.
And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in.
I don't really remember what happened then. But I'll never forget what I saw.
Can you tell us about that?
Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark just then. The lights went out.
The lights?
It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby.
So the electricity went out. Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right?
Right. Then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of a scene in my head.
I see.
I told the detective about what I saw then.
The detective?
Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case.
Detective Bruce Goodman? The victim? So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago?
Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw. Yes, but at the time the words just wouldn't come out. That's when I drew a picture.
Picture? Yes, I think you mentioned that before. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning.
But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. It was literally the list of evidence.
Yeah. Witness,
Yeah,
would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony?
yes, Your Honor.
It has not. We have it. We'll present that in a minute. But anyway, hold it for now.
Okay.
You drew a picture of the senior witness, right?
Yes, I want to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes. That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died. Yet I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken. But I did draw it, I swear. I'm not just imagining it.
This picture that Emma drew, that reminds me. I guess I should check the evidence again. Yeah, I mean, if you hadn't worked it out, there's your clue.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this scene that imprinted an image in your mind. Can you please describe it to us? The man.
Yeah, we'll let you tell in bigger detail what happened. That must have been a real shock.
Even now when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly. Tell us. Doing no. It turns out that Joe was holding you hostage. When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark, was thrown aside and the two began wrestling each other. I'm pretty sure I was watching them.
Emma doesn't have any reason to lie, but Lana sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me about as much about this as she can. Alright, so we know what we need to do. Not that, not that. Oh yes, it is there, that one. Okay, draw a picture, and it would be here. Yeah. Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet, you would insist on denying its existence.
Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture.
That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold! This is the evidence list from the SL9 incident. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over? Turn it... Ah! What's this?
Mr. Damon Watts. Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew.
Hey, that's it. That's the picture Indeed, two men appear to be wrestling here.
What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list?
Me?
Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list.
Huh? These lists, they're different from each other.
What?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in the case ever reached you.
What?
Order! Order! But Miss Skye, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list?
Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor.
Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor. Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's possible. Let's see. Ready?
Is something wrong? Do you want your grandma? Do you even have to ask?
Sorry, Your Honor.
Sorry, Your Honor, I had a
Your
brief
Honor.
stroke. It's all good, I'm fine.
Yeah. There's indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing. It's the blue badger.
What?
What?
Why? Why was the blue... Well, it's obviously not Gumshoe's one. That wasn't made yet.
It's
the original toy.
one that looks through the office.
Yeah, so the two
Maybe.
murders that we saw in the intro are definitely the 2 year apart. I thought it meant, from the initial shot, that both murders happened at the exact same time in 2 different buildings.
The more we do this, the more I realise how cool the opening cutscene is.
Yeah, oh, it's very good.
Because it sort of tells you everything and nothing at the same time. It's really cool.
I do hope they revisit this idea though, and there is actually a case where there are 2 murders at the exact same time, and there is a genuine reason for it. It would be cool because, like, as a concept, it's like, what do you mean? How is that possible without that being like a super planned, like, heist kind of thing? But yeah. Anyway, that's that thing. That thing that was dancing in the evidence room.
Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives.
I guess it was out of scrap paper. Oh, is it not actually relevant? No, it is. It must be. Can we look at what the list of evidence is, please? Like, it feels quite important. Very well. Witness, will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago?
Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture.
I took the blue badger and I threw it at them. It killed him. The blue badger came alive and tore his head off.
This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows.
The man was holding a ruler.
Yeah, I was gonna say a big piece of chalk.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant.
To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind.
Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw.
Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay. Let's find out. This picture drew 2 years ago. Okay.
Did you draw this picture right after the incident?
I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Skye.
2 or 3 days later. The memory should still have been fresh in her mind.
Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? It's painted all black.
Well, I see a red door, and I want it painted black. I see them pretty girls.
So, at the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who would come to your rescue?
No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor.
You were knocked to the floor?
Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed.
Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt.
What happened after the lightning flashed?
You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place?
No. I'm sorry. The flash of lightning only drove off the... I can... No, wait. Try decision undoubtedly caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further?
What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here either.
Anyway, this picture.
Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw?
Of course, this is the exact scene.
It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives.
Are you insinuating we have somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright?
No, of course not. I'm gonna watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary.
I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives. So I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me.
Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Oh, well... That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction here. Is there?
Okay. Something about the knife, maybe? I don't know.
Is it what he's holding?
well, it looks... Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is it what he's holding?
I'm gonna save. Just in case this takes a bit. Let's look at what we got. So... Yeah, this is evidence of Emma Sky's prints. Can we look at the evidence list? We can see... So, the image might actually not be... The thing is, okay, let's... No, it must be something that Emma drew, or something that someone drew around the time. It can't have been Gumshoe, because how would Gumshoe have this list? To be able to even draw that. But... let me look at the image. So, like...
I mean... I'm trying to think...
stabbed in the back! This image shows him being attacked from the front.
Oh, well... Yeah, well spotted.
I'll try that.
I was trying to think, like, the cutscene and the silhouette didn't match up, but matched up, so I thought...
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction.
What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday.
Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report? I don't know.
Oh, is it going to be the knife or him?
Well,
It's the front. Or how did he stab him in the back?
like, I mean, what do you want me to show exactly? Like, what exactly do you want me to point at? I don't...
Yeah,
Can I save again? No. Alright, I'm gonna try this. I think it's this part here. I don't see what's straight for
oh, we know. Oh, come on.
Well, that's because this drawing stinks!
Phoenix, now's not the time. Mr. Wright, how could you? You had to make an innocent girl cry. Should warrant the death penalty.
You're a fucking monster, right? I'm sorry, I guess you made such... As long as the defense has learned his lesson, let's just try again. Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright, you need to cut out that alpha male shit
let's
right
see if
now.
it's something to do with the weapon. Yeah, I guess the weapon. The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. It's clearly a big piece of chalk or a ruler. The woman can't draw, Your Honor. I will say it again. I was right the first time. I just accidentally pointed the wrong thing.
You can see his tip is broken.
You can't.
That's not what we discussed.
No, but okay.
Oh.
I know. We were looking at something different, apparently. But
Yeah.
equally accurate, I guess. Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright.
But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too.
If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body.
It was the conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer.
I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma.
And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem?
It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back.
Right, yeah.
If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken. Ah! What's the meaning of this?
Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right. But what does this mean?
The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken.
That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly.
But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Well, there is if it wasn't Joe Dark and Marshall. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence?
You're treading on thin ice, Wright.
All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. Order! Order! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark, along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie.
I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife.
Yeah, it's part of the shield. It's the shield and sword.
Yeah.
It wasn't broken, it was intended that way.
If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife.
What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife beside Joe Dark's. Could there have been one? Yes, there is one of them. No, Emma's mistaken. After all that, you know what?
Yeah.
Throw that out. Emma's right. It's all good. If the witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by a simple observational error.
Mr. Wright.
In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. Oh, I don't know if the game actually wants me to present this shield or if it wants me to present the photo.
Oh, I see.
I'm going to present the shield because that's technically what it is.
Yeah.
Look at this, not photograph.
If anything's broken here, it's you.
Huh? I'm sure this must all be very amusing to you, Mr. Wright. Come on. But may I remind you...
Get that whack-ass evidence out of here, Mr. Wright.
Sorry, Your Honor. Please give me another chance. For God's sake. Just give up.
Look at this photograph.
There's the actual photograph. I wanted to show you this photograph. Last time I presented evidence, but it wasn't entirely fucking clear. God fucking damn it, man. The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right in this photograph. Fucking stop game. God damn it.
What is? I don't even know what the song's called. I just know. Go back, look at this photograph. Like, what's the name of the song?
It circles back to the Maroon 5 song you're looking for.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
maybe
refer to
it's
it.
just called Nickelback Photograph. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
This is the picture of the award ceremony. Ah!
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's the broken murder weapon.
Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding? Yeah, I see it.
That's a broken knife.
As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award. Order! Order! Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. I would have thought it would be quite stuck to it, and not something you could just unsheath. But apparently it is.
Well, like molded to the award.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah, I mean.
But apparently not.
I was just thinking that also. So, some pieces, I don't know, not on an award, not like a trophy, I don't know, but that can't be.
Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth?
Because if the King of Prosecutors award knife was the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed.
What do you mean? He does have a good point.
I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Oh. Oh, no. He's not, yeah, he is right. But the prosecutor was the one who actually died.
Lana wants to protect his integrity or something. That's why she's taking the fall for it.
I don't know.
Because they were close friends.
I don't know. We'll find out.
I don't know.
What's going on here?
Yeah. It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Wait! I remember now. I remember everything.
This is gonna be good. Witness?
Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? Show evidence.
His list? The one with that picture scribbled on the back.
I knew it. This picture. I'm the one who drew it. What?
You drew that?
That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. All this time I've been trying so hard to forget.
I was actually in Blue Badger's funhouse, and it was there chasing me.
5 nights at Blue Badgers. I must have locked this part away deep inside me.
Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. I would like you to unpack your trauma in front of 20 strangers, please. And would you please tell us what you've recalled, Miss Guy?
Yes, Your Honor.
First the knife mix-up, and now the blue badger? This should be interesting.
When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow.
Interesting. Oh, so... Oh, she knocked away Neil, and that's what caused Neil to die. Oh, bless her. It's not her fault.
Right.
This is certainly
Right. Yeah. Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year.
Come on, man. There's another blue badger. Have you never been into? You've been there. Come on.
Blue. Yeah.
That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. He did, though.
He did, yeah, in the...
Oh, I didn't get a chance to read it. Oh. Stop, please. Don't pursue this any further. Lana? What's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defender's chair.
But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that?
Oh. When knocking them over, did she accidentally, like, did the knife, like, fling into the air and stab him? Like, did they both fall over and it, like, just killed him? Was Emma inadvertently responsible for the actual death?
Well, I think that's maybe he fell on the trophy or something.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Chief Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back.
Silence. The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant.
It seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter.
Okay.
Raise the knife.
When you say that man, I assume you refer to Joe Dark?
Yes, at least I think it was him.
You think?
All I could really see were shadows. The power outage that immediately preceded the incident. It also documented in the it was also documented in the prosecutor's office reports.
So then you...
I panicked and rushed towards him.
Why would you do something so dangerous?
What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall.
He seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife.
But as we've just theorized, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife. Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was, I've got to help that other person. Yeah, because she's never met these people before.
She probably met Marshall,
just
but it was just a shadow.
Probably, yeah, because he knows her sister, yeah.
What do you mean you think?
What do you mean you...
That's me.
Sorry, that was you, sorry. Well, it all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur. Miss Sky was almost killed before she was a witness to a murder about to take place. So much happening in a matter of seconds. A little disorientation is only natural. I saw the man about to stab the other person, who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife.
What you did was very brave, young girl. So then, what happened next? I died. No, wait, that's not what happened. I did not die. Are you sure about this?
Of course, see? I even drew a picture of him here. But it was the chief of detectives who thought of this hideous beast. Okay, hideous beast?
Apparently so.
Yeah, and that was just this year. The Blue Badge didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember.
Oh, brother, just when you thought that this thing had caused enough commotion. Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing?
He wasn't dancing.
Yeah, he wasn't
surely.
dancing at the time. I will say
He
though,
was
just because
flossing,
it would be
yeah. During a murder, like a really gritty, traumatizing murder event, and then the Blue Badger's just doing a Fortnite dance in the background.
His shadow? His true self? So you mean you
Yeah.
didn't actually see his face with its winning smile and all? Its winning smile!
I like how Phoenix loves the Blue Badger.
Yeah.
Edgeworth despises him. Yeah, the duality of man. That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns. Oh! You know what's got 3 creepy horns? The vase.
Oh.
It's got the 3 weird. It's got the weird 3 weird handles, and it's covered in blood.
It does. Oh,
So-
well done.
Oh, you know what happened? Someone fell on the vase
Yeah,
because it's covered in blood and it's smashed
Yeah.
to bits.
yeah, yeah, you found.
They look at the silhouette of a broken vase. Oh my god, I've got it. The Blue Badger. What is the link here? That thing couldn't have existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken.
That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did.
Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation? If so, then by all means, please. Tell us what this shadow really was.
What was it Emma saw when that lightning flashed? Who is this Blue Badger really?
Are we gonna go with this vase?
Yeah, I
theory?
think you're bang on.
I can't. I think. Yeah.
The Blue Badger hadn't even been dreamt up when Emma drew this picture. She's certain she saw his shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, the Brown Badger, here it is. It is the defence's belief that on
Blue
that
Badger's
fateful day,
evil twin.
2
Yeah,
years
he walks
ago,
through the court.
yeah,
I'm the Brown Badger. I did it. It was me.
I crack into several pieces and destroy my victims. There indeed was something that looked similar to the Blue Badger. It is mental that it does, but there was something. Something that is now sitting in this very room. It's me, I'm the Blue Badger. You're welcome.
Mr. Wright.
My badge says it all. In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in this instant? Please show us this mysterious Blue Badger lookalike. It's this one! It's the new one! I was wrong! None of these. Yeah. I mean, does it? I mean,
Well, from the no, from the top.
I guess.
But top down.
Yeah. It's close enough, it'll do.
It's covered in. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is this. The mysterious Blue Badger was in fact this. But that's...
Phoenix, are you fucking high?
what exactly is that? You don't appear to be... I believe it's some sort of jar.
But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like a Blue Badger.
Indeed, it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Our viewpoint? Gotta show them the correct angle to look at this from.
We gotta we gotta do some funky business with it.
This is weird. This is weird. I mean, is it just... Oh, this rotates weird. Oh, wait, I can rotate it like this. Okay, that makes more sense. Is it... Oh, God. Ah, no, it feels terrible. Is it like this? Like...
Oh, no, keep moving the thin part away from you. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep... Oh, no. Back. Maybe it's the tip. Maybe the middle part of the crown is the tip of the vase, not the... Maybe we've got to do that, but upside down. Maybe just...
I don't know.
No,
Oh.
upside down. Just do it upside down. Do the whole thing upside down.
Oh, like this?
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. That'll do. It's close enough, I guess. Oh, this isn't right. It is!
Come on!
Oh.
Allow me to remind the defense, its case hinges on the witness's drawing.
I mean, it's not that wrong.
Yeah, if Mr. Wright can't match the
Gotta
shape...
find just the right angle with it to the goddamn pixel. Come on, you can
Mr.
do
Wright.
it. I believe in you. God damn. Okay. Right. No, that's not what I wanted. Maybe it's... no, it's not like that. No,
No, because...
Oh.
Yeah, it would be, because... yeah, that's it, that's the one! Yes!
Yeah. Okay, but
And maybe... Yeah,
Like-
almost.
Almost. You're right that. Yeah, I guess this will do. It's probably close enough. Probably. Bloody hope so. At least it doesn't
It
like...
looks like the gun from Rayman 3. You know in Rayman 3 you
It
get that
does.
weird gun in
Yeah.
the end.
I'm about to fight Reflux! Take that! Well, is this a miracle or what? It's close enough. It'll do.
Yeah.
No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the Blue Badger.
No. It can't be.
Order! Order! The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious Blue Badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this.
Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point?
One question remains. Well, fuck, man. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
So that badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything.
I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything.
Indeed. Very well then. Please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar?
Guess the murder weapon, right?
Well, no, because it would have been in the office anyway.
Yeah, we were under the assumption that this
No,
is what actually
yeah.
stabbed him, right? I'll
Okay,
say it anyway.
that is, yes. The location is the same.
Yeah, the
'Cause
location is the
we always
same.
knew it was the office.
The murderer is technically different because it's technically Emma. Technically. If this was what did it. If pushing them into it killed them. But, like, I think it's a murder weapon. I'll go with that. Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar.
At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright.
Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar? Where? The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant.
The body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself.
Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gant's office.
Oh, so when they say the location, well, it happened because it is a big room.
Yeah. Still the
it would-
same room, though.
Yeah. Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body?
From Damon Gant's office to... Oh, sorry, that's you, sorry.
Also, I'm sorry, I'm thinking, you know the statue on the right that we can't see anymore?
Mm-hmm.
That had a knife, that had like a weird sword thing.
Yes, it did. Yes, it's very possible that's a weapon.
Okay, yeah. From Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office.
Yes.
Why would he do that? There's no reason.
Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked into the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit?
Ah!
A suit of armour, holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword.
Oh.
Yes. Since the man who was knocked into the armour was carrying a broken knife, it would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy.
No, Mr. Wright. You can't be thinking.
Yes. There is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility? Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless... I don't know if I can go through with this. Mr. Wright, what's the matter?
Events took place as the defense theorizes, and the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh dear.
Jeez.
Sorry, Neil. Holy
Wow.
shit.
Okay. The judge is like, whoa, okay. Holy fuck, I killed Neil Marshall!
You mean... Mr. Marshall died because of me?
So you know all that trauma you had? Well, I'm sorry, it's about to get a lot worse.
No!
Yes.
Oh, to be continued? Okay, never mind.
No, not yet.
I never imagined her testimony would lead to this.
So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. I should write a novel! Oh my gosh!
Yes.
Wasn't she detained?
What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances... Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her?
Imagine that, coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Mars Shawl's body. It's lagged when
Prosecutor
it-
Mars.
Prosecutor Mars. Who's this character we've never seen?
Prosecutor Mars, who
Mars.
lives in a hall.
Yeah. It was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it?
I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't.
Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence.
If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony.
I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead.
You certainly can't get dead people to testify.
It's all been a wild goose chase from the beginning.
Touché, Miss Sky. That only leaves us with one possibility.
You mean there's still another possibility?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I mean, the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life.
Interesting.
In one manner or another.
Can we just contact Mia? She'll tell us.
That's impossible.
Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist?
I've got to think back to the call record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind.
I mean, I assume it's in the evidence, because what else do I do?
Yeah.
This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer?
Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased.
I have no clue. Mate,
I don't know. Alright. Okay, it's not this. Can I check this? I can. Is there anything on this that, like, screams, like, really helpful? King of Prosecutors. Yes. Wrong Karma. I don't think it's this. I just want to see if there was anything on it. It's not this, because that's to do with Goodman. It's not
were there
this,
letters? Were there blood letters on the vase? Because remember we thought.
Oh, we did think they were letters. He drew a weird face. Here's two eyes, here's a nose, here's a face, and there's this little beard. Is there like a weird? Can I zoom in? Is there a weird like? Did you say anything? Like these things must be blood traces from the incident 2 years ago, and the fragment found. It doesn't look like letters though. The thing. I don't think it is. Okay, what else do we have? Let's look. So it's nothing
why is
to
there
do
blood
with
on it? Yeah, the thing is, why is there blood on it? 'Cause
I don't
he knocked
know.
the vase over. He didn't. Yeah.
these. Okay. I don't think it's this. I don't think there's anything specifically on it that screams. But this wasn't the actual murder weapon, but this was the forged murder weapon.
It was used in. It's so darks, but it wasn't used.
Yes.
It wasn't used in this scenario.
Yes. The end of this blade was found in Neil Marshall. But I believe Lana put it there. Or Gant. One of the two.
Right.
So, nothing to do with that. It's not that. Not that. Well, we don't... No, that's not from the same incident. It's from a different incident. Well, yeah, we still don't really know why this was brought. It's from a totally unrelated case. I don't know. Not that. Evidence in floor plans. No. Rubber glove. No, it's not that, I don't think, but I don't know why. Let's look at the incident files. Okay, so... Witnesses, last guy, MS guy. Well, Lana was a witness. Which is interesting. What is it we're looking for again? Like, it conveys a message from the deceased. Right, okay.
Someone's name or
report.
something.
Okay, so... Cause death single down with pierce in the heart and lung. Blusters under 10 minutes. Weapon found in wound was missing tip. Yes, so that is very much... Someone did that. Can I look at the evidence list? No, I cannot. Oh, there's this. Clear handprint can be seen on leather cloth. It belongs to Emma. It belongs to Emma. I feel like that's gonna be used to get Emma's, like, clear Emma's name. Because why would she have that? Because I think that cloth is from Marshall's.
We found that cloth in the
outfit.
safe, right?
Yes, it looks like it's a
We
part
found
of
the cloth, yeah.
his jacket, which means.
Oh my god! You know the suit of armor. I'm only realizing it in the photo now. I mean, look at it.
Yeah,
Oh, that is pretty sharp.
it is unbelievably sharp.
Yeah.
I think it's either this cloth or it is the jar, but I wonder if it's the cloth because it's got the prints, and it sort of like suggests that in pushing Neil Marshall, she touched the cloth, right?
Perhaps.
I'm gonna go with this. I don't know what else it could be, because the blood spatter just doesn't. I don't see like initials. I don't.
It seems random. Yeah, it seems.
I'm going with this. This is the message from the deceased. Right. You're a fucking idiot. Now then, this is the message from the judge. Oh, because I wasn't right. Alright, good, thanks.
Just no. It's no.
Alright. Let's try this again, you fucking moron. Alright. I don't know. Is it this? Oh,
Try
let's
it.
just
the only thing with
go
blood
with
on
it.
it. Yeah.
This is that blue badger from. Well, it is that, but I don't know why. Go on, please enlighten me.
Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name?
Yeah, that's right.
It was Joe Dark. If that thing could, I'm sure it would.
Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. Okay.
It looks like someone wiped the blood away.
Yes, but notice. For some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there is a line here, drawn in blood.
What you're saying is these dots were once lines?
Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly.
Oh, can you spray it? Can you spray it with...
maybe.
Yeah.
He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message.
One that apparently someone wiped away. But blood must have been seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions.
Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points. And the victim's message will become apparent. No! Just says something like, I died horny. I was like, oh no, that's not good at all. That doesn't help. Mr. Wright, what kind of message does the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. Just as like an essay, Lana is currently dragging me to the other side of the room. Emma accidentally pushed me into this huge thing in Gant's office. Like, it was an accident, don't send Emma to prison. It's like, okay. It's a lot of comprehension. Lana hasn't noticed that I'm drawing this even though she's dragging me. Oh no! Yeah. And there's the squiggle. Let's go and drifts off. Gotta connect these dots to make letters.
Like, TLDR, I'm dying.
Yeah. There's only one thing the victim would have written given the circumstances. His murderer's name. Oh boy, alright.
Oh, it's Emma. It's E. It's E.
Oh, I see. Yes, it is. It's done a bit weird, but yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did not spot that, but yeah, it is. He's a bit harsh. I mean, I know he's dead, but like, oh, he's about to die here, but like, that does seem a bit harsh, right? Like, be like, oh, Emma killed me. It was totally on purpose. Like, it's a bit harsh. It's clearly an accident. The room's dark. She just saw someone with a knife. I know that's not your first thought, but like, it does seem a bit mean. Like,
he admitted to write Emma was innocent.
Yeah, maybe.
But he just died before he could finish.
Yeah. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma.
So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind.
Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye.
Seaworthy, can't say I didn't warn you. Chief Gant. Do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 days ago, sent there. Because fine murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Ugh. Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death.
I mean, he wasn't innocent. I mean, he killed 5 other people. It wasn't like he was innocent. I mean, that's... I mean, yes, he died technically wrong there, but I mean... The rest was accurate, so...
Yeah,
he also went in there to kill Emma, like, so he was planning to do more. I mean... If no one brings this up, I swear to fucking God.
I mean, why did he need to kill one more person for it to be official?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction.
I just remember that knack exists! But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. Yeah, thank you. I'm also pointing just like you, and with my left arm. I swear to God.
He's like, I don't care. I'm afraid that's not important.
It very much is. Like, he went in the room to kill a very young girl. She was 14. Like, what?
Didn't you know? We're defenders of justice.
What?
We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied.
Yeah, but even so... What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to... Oh, they might have sent an innocent man to...
How can he just stand there while you won this fall? I mean...
Order! 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 You fucking moron! Okay. The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Yeah, it did not work. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. Oh, man.
To be continued.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Well, yes, that's about right.
Yes.
Lana's still on trial. Okay.